Welcome guys. I decided that I wanted to do a campaign series because I haven't done one yet, and or at least I haven't recorded one, and I wanted to make it quite challenging. So I basically decided that I want to do a torpedo or destroyer only run, and I'm not allowed to use torpedoes, so it's small arms fire only. Now, although it's gone quite well so far, other than the fact that it's impossible to get power projection, so you're permanently behind on victory points, I've basically hardly lost any ships, and I've sunk quite a few ships, and it's gone quite well. But it's been very, very boring, very boring. So what I've decided is, rather than uploading all of the footage, I'm going to go back and edit everything so you don't have to sit through a load of boring secondary fire against a battleship, because it's been tedious. It's been very tedious. It's been tedious to play, so I'd imagine it wouldn't be interesting to watch. So yeah, I'm going back. I'm editing everything down, so whatever comes after this is actually what's happened before I record this this message. So it's just an edited down version, and from now on I reckon I'll probably edit everything, so the whole series is going to be an edited version of a campaign. So I hope that's okay, and I hope you enjoy watching. Right, take care guys, see you soon. So I've designed a torpedo boat, just got 3 4-inch guns on. Practically as slow as you can make it, because I've only got the lowest tech. And I think the major issue here is obviously going to be I'm blockaded immediately, because these provide virtually no power projection. So I'm going to have to try and win by victory points before the enemy wins by national unrest revolution. So it looks like we can build a hell of a lot. So we can build 206 torpedo boats. I bet we only get like 100 power projection, like half a power projection per torpedo boat, I guarantee. Right, so I think the first thing we're going to have to do is research the destroyer tech to get more bigger torpedo boats. So obviously I'm going to need transport capacity, crew training, and put the tech budget up. There's no point in building that because we're not going to be able to even come close to using it. Okay, so we're just going to go into destroyer design. Now I might go into small guns as well, because small guns are the only thing I'm going to be using, and I might special machinery so I can turn would be pretty good, but I was thinking control station for maybe get some towers. I've got a feeling that's going to be miles away. So it's either control station, special machinery, or explosives. So let's go for explosives, why not? I think that should be it. So we will soon see how much power projection we get, which I'm guessing is virtually nothing. So we've got 206 torpedo boats, and we've got 97 power projection, so I was right. It's almost half a power projection per torpedo boat. But anyway, I think that's good enough. See if we can get a battle. We lost 14 transport ships. Oh dear. Let's have a look at the monthly cost. So we're still doing alright. We've got 85% transport, and we're still Surviving. Still surviving with 75, so this is where it's going to start hurting. Didn't lose any on that turn. Amazing. Okay, 7 torpedo boats, 1 armoured, 1 light cruiser. Let's see how we get on. Like I say, I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go. The one thing I've got to remember is make sure I turn off the torpedoes at the start of the battle. Don't want to be cheating myself. Okay, that's that sorted. Now I think what I'm going to do, because it seems to be the easiest way to control a large amount of short-range ships, is to put them on screen order and just control one. So we just control this one, put everyone else on a screen order, and then they'll just basically follow my lead, kind of. It worked in Naval Academy anyway, so I'd assume it would work in this. Wonder where his torpedoes are. On the sides. So obviously when I get damaged or destroyed, the one that I'm controlling, I am going to have to switch to a different torpedo boat to be the leader, which is what I'm doing here. So yeah, as you can see, small arms are actually incredibly good at causing flash fires. I figured this out when I did an AI design for my own fleet, and I kept getting flash fired by enemy torpedo boats. And basically what's happening, if we have a look at this guy, if we can, I'd imagine it's going to say turret destroyed, main gun destroyed. There you go. So what's happening is their main gun has got 0.1 on top. Now your weapons, let's have a look here. Your weapons have got a 0.2 penetration on the deck, which is basically the same as on the top of the turret. So it means that they penetrate the top of their turrets. So because they've got a really short range, they get a plunging fire even at really short range. So you can see, like him there, it's going in a bit of an arc. So they get plunging fire shots on the turrets, and obviously that's what causes the ridiculous amount of flash fires. So if we have a look at this guy, he's got 0 on his turrets, so there's a high chance that we'll get a flash fire on that chap too. And that's what we're going to be relying on, is as many flash fires as we can cause. Now, because I'm obviously going quite a bit faster than him, I'm going to be having to turn quite a lot. So, he is actually quite slow. So maybe he's just turning a lot, and that's why he's yeah. So he's going 12.8. I mean, he's got his engines damaged now, but I'd imagine he slowed himself down with turning. So yeah, we can basically, because we can see that he's going like 11, we can just turn all our people down to 11 as well. That way we're not having to do loads of silly manoeuvring. No point. Obviously, if I wanted, I could make sure I get my cruising speed at the correct level. So I can get an 11.5 bonus from cruising speed. But if you look at all of these, minus 34, 20, 10, so we're already up to 65, 70, 82. So if you factor in 11 when everything else is coming up to 90, it doesn't really make much of a difference going from 90 to 80. So I'm not going to mess about with cruising speed. So yeah, obviously in this time period, 1890, is not the most thrilling time period in the world. Don't you just love as well that the auto collision, or anti-collision, or the auto collision causes collisions between your ships and the enemy where it causes ramming damage. But it won't let you collide with yourself, which doesn't cause ramming damage. And it also causes you to collide with shipwrecks, which causes ramming damage. Look at this. What are you doing? It's it's the worst system I think ever invented in any game. It does the opposite of what it says. It's actually quite funny. It's quite funny how bad it is, and how every time they make an improvement to it, it makes it worse. Oh dear, I do feel sorry for them. They're obviously trying. They are trying, but they're not succeeding, sadly. The fact that they're trying, you can't be hard on them. They're doing their best. You can't say like, you know, they're doing anything wrong, you know, by not addressing it. They're trying to address it. They're just sadly failing miserably. But fingers crossed, eventually they'll fix it. And in the meantime, if they can let us turn it off, that would be ideal, because off is better than terrible. I mean, I'm not bothered about the ramming damage in this situation because I don't really care about losing a few torpedo boats, but in other situations, you're not going to be too happy when it causes a collision. when it's meant to be anti-collision. Especially when it doesn't let you go anywhere near your own ships. Right, we're almost there anyway. First battle done. An unnecessary torpedo boat death, but I've got 205 more of them, so I don't think it's anything to cry about. That went surprisingly well. I think that flash fire at the beginning helped. Right, so I assume I'm going to be really far down on the monthly balance, which means that I'm going to need to get rid of ships. And because the repair cost in this game is absolutely absurd, if you have a look at that, 8,000 maintenance, 52,000 repair, it actually adds them together, which I'll demonstrate now, so it's actually 60,000, not 52. So I'll demonstrate that quickly. So we are on 141. I will scrap one of these, and we're now on 81 more. 81? 61 more, sorry, ignore me. So yeah, as you saw there, it was 60,000, not 52,000. So it adds maintenance plus the repair costs together. Not only that, but if you have a look at the costs that it takes to build one of these things, it's 279. So you divide that by 6 because it takes 6 months. So that's less than 50. It's 20. Yeah, it's about, what is it, about 48. So it costs less to repair. Sorry, it costs less to build them than it does to repair. Plus, you don't have to pay for the maintenance when you're building them. So it's instead of it being 60,000 a month, it works out at what, 47, 48, something like that. Yeah, 46.8, I think it is. 46.8 thousand. Right, yeah, anyway, that's enough of that. So basically, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be losing so many transports that I'm going to be miles behind on my monthly balance, I'm going to scrap every single ship that gets damaged, so I don't have to pay for the absurd repair costs. That way I will keep my monthly budget, monthly balance down at the same time as avoiding repair costs. So that's the plan. Interesting. We've got torpedo versus torpedo. So obviously they're going to be firing their torpedoes, so I've just got to make sure I avoid them. Or I can just eat them and scrap the ships, which I think I might just do that because I'm going to be scrapping ships anyway, so who cares if I eat a torpedo. So turn off the torpedoes, put him on screen, control this guy. Right, where are they? East. So I think that this first campaign, this 1890 campaign, should be relatively easy. Because the enemy's shooting is so bad anyway. And the torpedoes have got awful range, so I've got a feeling that this first decade is actually going to be quite simple. It's only when I get later down the line when they've obviously got much better guns than me and torpedoes that can fire from miles away. Right, he has got torpedoes, of course he has, he's a torpedo boat. Okay, so he's got 2 times 1. So what I could do is try and bait him into shooting at me. So he's now not got any. And then I can get close to him then. So that's what we're doing. Unfortunately, he only shot 1 of them. Which was not very nice of him. See if I can get him to shoot the other. There we go, so he's shot both of them now, so he's now safe to approach. So we'll see if we can do the same with this other guy. Look, it's not letting me turn because of this ship here. So it won't let you collide with your own ships, even though I was nowhere near colliding with him anyway. And if I did turn that direction, I'd be turning the opposite way to colliding, which is actually the way that you should be turning. So yeah, it's just the worst system ever designed in a game, sadly. But it is what it is. No point in complaining about it. So I'm going to screen this guy, and I'm going to see if he collides. Let's have a look, see what their top speed is. Practically the same as mine. A little bit faster though, so I don't want to let him get away if I can help it. So once I've damaged the engines on this one, look how close he is. Look at this auto collision business going on. Let's turn the opposite way. Okay, once I've damaged him enough to slow him down, I'll then shift onto the other ship to stop him from being able to get away as well. So, because most of my guns are broadside, I'm going to have to try and remain broadside as much as I can. So he's got the same amount of guns as me, but he's got 2 2-inches. And I've got 3 4-inches. So technically, I should win the firefight, but that doesn't account for critical hits. I think this guy, because I'm only using 2 ships, it's better off putting him in a follow order rather than a screen order. Screens mainly for if you've got a huge fleet. So they don't, they can spread around you in a circle in a screen order, where in follow order obviously they try to go behind one another. So screen is better for a big fleet, follow's better for a small fleet. Let's have a look, see how he's getting on. He's still not had an engine taken out yet. His engine's repaired, so I might just switch back over to this chap. We destroyed a gun. Looks like it was his 4-incher as well, so that's always helpful. The auto-targeting's awful. Why would you not target a ship that you're sailing right next to? Makes no sense whatsoever. So if you're ever wondering where the best position for cruising speed is, it's between there on half and the top of the F on full. So the bottom of the H on half and the top of the F on full. So between there and there, you'll get the same bonus. But if you go past the top of the F into the middle, you actually get less. So between there and there. And if you're ever wondering how you look to see what speed the enemy's going, see these little lines, these little arrows up here? You click these arrows, it opens up the enemy ship details, and it'll tell you on there what speed they're going. So he's going 5.2 knots. There we go, that wasn't too difficult. I think that's been a pretty successful start to the campaign. Sunk a heavy cruiser and a light cruiser, 2 torpedo boats. I've only lost 1 torpedo boat, and that was to a screen anti-collision ramming. Right, I think we should call it a day on that one, and then I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.